Hey, welcome to ZooBricks. My name is Maxine and I'm trying to build the world's largest Lego zoo. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've got an exciting update today that I want to share with you, but where I left you last time was that I kind of started building the hill for the castle to sit on. And progress went really well. It took a long time, hence why the delayed update, but it takes so long to kind of build up rock work. But basically I started off with one tier of the hill, so one tier of the rock panels, so that was like 6-7 studs high, but then decided that wasn't enough, so then I added a whole another tier of rocks to that just to kind of raise it up, and it just took a really long time to kind of fit all those rock panels in together and make it kind of work and make it kind of look right as well. I didn't want it to just be one massive plateau, so I kind of stepped it a little bit and I made a little bit at the end, kind of where, maybe the well was or something like that. So some little steps going down to that, which I can build in later on. So that took a little bit of kind of figuring out. Now that I've finished the basic structure of the castle hill here, you can see I've got it pretty much level all the way around. There's a few bits around here which are a little bit lower, but that's okay because the hill's tapering away anyways. And there's a few bits here that are a little bit higher just because of where the rock panels are sitting. But again, I can kind of build a bit of a rocky thing there. So you can see all of the kind of like underlying structure. It's a bit mad. I've just used filler brick just to try and make all of this stuff as sturdy as possible. What I'm going to do to reduce the usage of random Lego blocks is I've actually got some tables made to sit inside this gap here so that the next level of greenery has something to rest on. So I've actually got two tables here. Here's some I made earlier. These tables are the exact height, so when they sit in here, they actually are completely flush with the studs over there. So that means that when I put a plate on top of here, the plate will completely rest on this table. So there's one table for there and another table for here. So this is the basic supporting structure of the castle hill, and I'm very pleased with how level it is, and we're ready to start building on top of here. So to make this process a little bit more straightforward and to use less green plate, which I don't have a lot of, I decided to order some more of these green plates. Now these, if you have a close look, are not Lego, and I do have a confession to make. These are one of the only kind of non-genuine Lego things that I use. And the reason why I use these, they're called Strictly Bricks base plates. They're from a company out in, I think it's Washington in the USA, and for a pack of 6 it's like £18, 10" by 10" base plates. So these are the ones I'm using, and because I'm using Mills plates, each one of these uses 2 of them. So, and the reason why I buy these Strictly Bricks ones is that they are thicker, so they're the same thickness of a standard Lego plate, and you can stack them, so you can actually put them into place and pop them into place on structures, and they're obviously completely compatible with Lego. So all of these base plates that you can see are Strictly Bricks. Obviously not there because there's a car park in the way, but the difference is when you compare it to Lego base plates, not only are these official Lego ones more money, so if I was to buy an individual one of these off the Lego website, they'd be £7.50, £7.99, something like that. Look at how thin they are in comparison, and they're not stackable, which means that there's no way I'd be able to place them on top of here and actually fix them into place, which is really frustrating, whereas this Strictly Bricks one goes in and actually snaps into place, and I can then build from there. These work out about £2.50, £2.75 a sheet. There's the little logo there, and that's off of Amazon. And when you compare it to the Lego ones, which are about £7.50, £7.99, I mean, it's a no-brainer. And obviously when you're looking at the thicknesses, I'll just quickly show you. This is the standard thickness of a plate. For some reason, this is what the Lego base plates are, so you can see there's a big difference in the thickness of them. And then we'll move it over here to the Strictly Bricks base plate, which is the same thickness. So it really helps you when you're building, and obviously the Lego base plates are just really frustrating. So I do recommend them. I have tried a couple of different brands off of Amazon of like non-branded base plates, but some of them aren't able to be stackable, which is frustrating. So I sent them straight back. But the Strictly Bricks one seems to work really good. So that's what I'm going to use as best I can to cover the top of the castle hill. I'm pretty happy with how it looks now, and obviously I had some great comments on the last video. Thank you so much to those who commented. Some people suggesting, quite a few actually, that the castle shouldn't be right at the entrance, and having thought about it, I totally agree. So what on earth do I do with this hill now? Let me show you what it looks like. I mean, it's pretty impressive, considering the fact that I wanted to start off with just like 4 base plates, you know, 2 by 2 for my hill, and now I'm on like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 base plates. So it's 3 times bigger than what I was planning on it being, but it looks awesome. Check this out. Look at the size of it. It's quite big. So you can see I've used 2 rock panels. So it's 2 high. There's like, this is the kind of where the visitor footpath's going to be that goes into the zoo, and then we're going to have some steps or something that kind of get up onto this plateau bit, which is supported by the tables underneath. This is the step down bit, which I think looks really smart, and obviously this then bumps onto where the picnic tables were, which is over there next to James Bond's Aston Martin. So around the side here you can see how big it is. I think that we still need a little bit of texture on the top here, so a bit more undulation on here, just so it doesn't look so flat. And then I need to add all of these slopes and bits and pieces to the side for the details along here, just to break that up a bit, but I haven't got around to that yet. I have added some slopes to this green bit here, which I'm pretty pleased with. And yeah, we need some more slopes in here as well. But if I don't put a castle on it, then what am I going to put on it? Well, I had some great suggestions in the comments of the last video, and one of them is a gatehouse. So I think a gatehouse is a really good idea, actually. So it's kind of like a mini kind of guard's house, and there'd be like a bit of an archway kind of over the path, and that's kind of like your first point of call when you come to a castle. There's a lot of gatehouses in the UK, and a lot of them are converted into like private houses now. So what I was thinking was we could put a gatehouse on here, and then I can build a castle later on in the zoo, and then we can crack on building the path. I can't wait to place this. I'll probably place it in next week's video, slide it over there and actually fit it into the zoo and see how it looks, which is going to be really cool. But behind me, you've probably already spied, I have got the Viking Village, which is a super cool set. And I kind of thought that that would look super cool on top of there, or some form of, obviously this is on water, so I'll probably not do that. But I thought maybe as a little village or medieval kind of area here would be really cool, just kind of like oldie worldy buildings. I don't know, I'm just kind of playing around with ideas, but I just thought that would look really cool on there. And then maybe connect that up to like a stone building, gatehouse type thing. Not sure, just playing around with ideas, but this is a brand new set, and I would like to do a build and review on that as well. So look out for that in the coming videos. So still kind of playing around with ideas. I think it'll look so much better once I get all the wedges and the slopes in there. And then I still haven't kind of decided on what I'm going to do with this path, whether or not it's going to be like a stony path, or I'm going to try and like continue this. I don't know. I think stony would probably look better, but I need to figure that one out. I don't know. And also, how much more am I going to raise this? I mean, generally people back then probably would have like flattened out their little plateau before they built a castle or something onto it, but I don't know, it just looks a bit too, flat for me. So I'm probably going to change that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that update, and please do tune in next week when I get it placed and hopefully start getting the path made to get into the zoo, and we can start building our first exhibit. I had another great suggestion last week, which was that I should build like a moat or something. That's a really good idea. build a little lake next to this hill because lakes make great natural barriers in enclosures and exhibits. Certain species hate water, so therefore they'll never cross water. So you can use water as a natural barrier in an enclosure rather than fencing them and blocking them in. And that's all about what I'm trying to do here with the Lego Zoo, is make it look more natural and more realistic, like a real zoo in the real world. So yes, I'm excited. Are you excited? If you haven't done already, please do subscribe to the ZooBricks channel and support me on this mental project. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.